Leather tanning and shoe production have a great tradition in the Zlínský region. Its fame is attributed mainly to the man whose name is well known around the world, Tomáš Baťa. Also in Slavičín, we look back to the year 1860 to get a brief view of the roots of our corporation Prabos. Initially, raw leather was processed here. In the year 1920, Mr. Pivečka established a shoemaking company Yapis. In 1948, it was incorporated by the great company Svidzlin, and Yapis gradually reduced its leather production and focused on the production of military and working boots. It was not until 1991 that the business gained its own status as a division of the Svidzlin Corporation. On the 1st of January 1993, the corporation became the Prabos Corporation Slavičín. It was later transformed into the present Prabos Plus Incorporated.
Vítejte v Prabosu Slavičín, u tradičního výrobce.
Welcome to Prabos Slavičín, a traditional producer of footwear for the military, security, workplace and leisure activities. Let's take a look together at the present trends and styles of footwear, combining the latest technology of the new century that goes hand in hand with the expertise and workmanship of the Czech hands. A soldier or an employee would not be comfortable or well protected with boots like these. They do not comply with the basic safety and health requirements, not to mention the comfort. Somebody might ask what else is there to invent which will improve a regular shoe. The technicians in Prabos Slavičín prove every day that there are still many. The very beginning of the way of the shoe from Slavičín takes place in the design center of the design control department. The design of the footwear is mainly adjusted to match the functional requirements of the shoe, and inspiration for the designers is specialized and professional trade fairs where they choose materials and intermediate products. The near contact with our customers plays an important part as well. After enlisting a shoe into the production assortment, the constructors and technicians have to prepare the base for the production for every size that will be made, plus all the documentation. For verification of all new standards and patterns, we have the sample workshop. It actually is a miniature shoe factory where our specialists put together samples of different types of shoe, including their technological procedures. A part of the sample workshop is a ribbon table. This device cuts out single sections as planned in the constructional modular system. This modern device allows us to react quickly to the requests of our customers when producing small and testing series. The competitive strength of the Slavičín products begins with the purchase of the materials. We work only with high-grade, mostly natural raw materials. These materials are strictly tested in a lab of our own. All compromises have to be ruled out when considering the presumed fact of using the shoes under extreme conditions. Therefore, a system like ISO 9001 is put into action here. It controls the quality and it is certified by the company Lloyds. In our case, it is as well upgraded by the system AQVAP, which fulfills the NATO conditions. The suitable material for the shoe first travels to the manipulation workshops, where it gets processed to an intermediate product. This product is later on used for the fabrication of the finished commodity. Mainly pig and cow leather are processed here, as well as other materials, including the special material Kevlar. The intermediary is the vamp. This happens when the single sections are being sewn together in the closing room. The vamp gets scalded here, small rings, wires and buckles are placed, and if necessary foam bandage is applied. Even here, the first aspect for workers is the quality of the material they work with. It is not easy to observe all the operations due to the skill these people work with. It might not appear so, but in fact their workmanship lies in the speed and in the carefulness of each action they take, because if done otherwise, the inspection would notice so. On the next workplace, in the ready-made workroom, the top of the shoe is formed to a horseshoe, and after some preparational operations are performed, the bottom leathering follows. In most footwear, the bottom leather is glued right on the top, but with special military boots or some samples of working shoes, more demanding technologies are required, the welting and the stitching. When applying these technologies, the midsole has to be sewed on the top and then the bottom leather gets glued on. A shoe made this way is distinguished by its great durability. One of the most up-to-date technologies used at Prabos is the footwear with the climate membrane Gore-Tex. This technology includes patented and controlled procedures of the company Gore. The quality is supervised throughout the whole production procedure. The most important point in the sewing workshop is the watertightness of the Gore-Tex insole. Every piece gets tested without one exception. The final and the most fastidious test is the checkup of the shoe on the centrifuge. The next modern technology in our company is making shoes with straight spray of polyurethane. When doing this, the bottom leather is sprayed on the intermediate product, the so-called top of shoe. The spraying aggregate Desma allows us to spray on the double quality polyurethane and moreover the foamed polyurethane with the rubber wear layer. Combining the features of these materials, we get a great sole, very functional and for its great qualities used when producing all special footwear. Boots and shoes made this way also show a great cohesion of the top with the sole. This has, beside other things, positive influence on the accuracy of the technology of production. No matter which way the shoe is made, every pair undergoes the final checkout. But some pairs travel to the lab where the endurance of the shoe is tested on the destructive tests. These shoes get tested on how well the top sticks to the bottom and also firmness is tested. The measures gained thanks to these tests prove to us the good quality of the shoes made in Slavičín. Now, let's take a look at the cut of the Prabos products. The military boots are the traditional merchandise and they dominate our assortment. We pay high attention to the research and to the way the boots are made with great care. We apply decades of experience, the newest scientific observations, but experiences of soldiers as well. As a result of all this, you get military boots that you find in the equipment of all of the Czech army and even in the equipment of the members of armed forces of other countries like Germany, Great Britain or Baltic countries. Our assortment of military shoes includes also special kinds of footwear, like for an example boots for pilots of fighter jets or expedition units that will be under some extreme conditions. For example, jungle footwear is designed for tropical environment. The materials used for the top have antibacterial qualities. The bottom leather is provided with a steel leaf and it is pierce-proof, whereas the boot going to the desert has to be able to bear anything from an extremely hot day to a cold night. The peak of the production of this extreme assortment is the footwear provided with the Gore-Tex membrane and some chosen components with a long life durability. Our military boots have proven to be great not once in action. This is reflected on the growing inquiry. The military assortment includes not only the mentioned field and special boots, but also the walking shoes and prestige footwear. The uniformed units of non-military character, especially the police department, security agencies and many more, find a great variety of footwear at Prabos too. We find shoes designed for wearing in an office, shoes for the city, or when going to some light terrain. Each model takes in consideration the requirements for the shoe to be used when driving a vehicle. This footwear is noted not only for comfort, but also a good look and a long durability. Our selection also includes working safety footwear of massive design suitable for heavy operating with the danger of heavy objects falling on feet. The reinforced top lappet that covers the shoelaces of the workers protects even against this. The group of light working and safety footwear sport line was developed for indoor use. The bottom leather is a 3-element component made from special polyurethane. This ensures the maximum slip-resistant protection as well as durability. The shock absorber improves the comfort of walking. The shoe is designed to look like a sport shoe. The shoe doesn't look at first like it's safety or working footwear. The safety shoes non-metallic reflect the new trend of the working footwear. It is equipped with a flexible leaf and a composite safety tip. The footwear doesn't have any metal. This equipment is required anywhere where the presence of metal is not wanted, like for an example people who work with a metal detector, so people at the airport, prison guards and similar professions. So-called ESD footwear is determined for particular workplaces of companies that specialize in very fine electronics, and their shoes must therefore be adjusted to satisfy the maximum cleanliness requirements in the places where they will be used. Prabos also deals with the production of safety footwear for firemen. We make models with the Gore-Tex membrane either in the shin style or regular with laces. We can't forget to mention the footwear that prevents chainsaw injuries. This might be helpful not only for forestry workers, but also for rescue professionals. The footwear is equipped by a Kevlar fabric that actually stops the chainsaw and protects the foot from getting cut. In the production line, Profiline, Prabos is focusing on the shoes and boots for various types of climate conditions. This footwear is made from quality leather material and is equipped by the top-of-the-line climate membrane Gore-Tex. The bottom leather is of two components, polyurethane and rubber. Not only shoes for professionals working in the forest belong to this category, but also shoes for big fans of hikes in the nature. A category of its own presents hunting footwear. It is intended for users who walk in the forest terrain